I squeezed a whole bottle of lotion on my hands because they were as dry as my cat's ashes. And also, I wanted my hands to be soft for the date that I was going on today. I was late, so I ran upstairs, turned on the security system, and I was about to head out the door when I couldn't turn the knob. My hands were so lusciously moist from the moisturizer, they were just slipping and sliding off the knob. And I started freaking out because my security alarm would call the authorities if I didn't get out in 30 seconds. So I tried drying them off by rubbing them on my pants, but they still didn't have any grip. So I tried putting them in rice, and they were still too slippery. And then I looked at the security system, and I had just 3 seconds left, so I fell to the ground crying, not knowing what to do. Until I remembered the driest thing in my house. My cat's ashes. I grabbed the urn and covered my hands in the dust, and I headed for the doorknob, and luckily it worked. I turned it, opened it, and...
Yeah.
Every morning, I check the comments on my TikToks, and people always ask if I'm crazy or on the devil's salad. Because apparently I act a little bit crazy in my videos. So, I thought I'd take you on a tour into my mind and how I make my TikToks. When I wake up, I eat expired rotten garbage from my neighbor's trash bin, and after a few hours, I start seeing and hearing things. And that's when I get to work. I take my iPad and go down into my basement where there's no light and sounds, and I start writing down a fun little story. And then I record the voiceover. I was applying a ton of lotion on my hands because they were as dry as my cat's ashes, and I also wanted my hands to be soft. But then I get frustrated for stuttering so much that I punish myself by watching a full Gabby Hanna podcast episode. Then I go film it and send it off to my editor named Georgie, who I pay $5,000 per TikTok to edit them. Just kidding, the editor's me. Georgie's gone. I ate him. Okay, surprise, surprise, this made no sense. But I did make an actual video showing the entire process of how I make my TikToks. So if you want to watch that, the link to the YouTube video is in my bio. Today, my worst nightmare happened. So I bought this fun shirt, which had this cute little accessory on it, which actually isn't a fun accessory. It's a big exploding ink security tag that they just forgot to take off of my $50 shirt. So anyways, now I'm panicking because I'm too nervous to go back into the store and ask them to take it off. So I tried pulling it off with my teeth, but I didn't want the ink to explode on my face, staining me permanently blue like a Smurf. So I looked online, and apparently you need to freeze the tag to get it off. So I went to go throw it in the freezer, and for some reason there was raw chicken in the freezer, and this isn't my house, this is an Airbnb. And then I put the shirt in the freezer and waited all night, and I was getting impatient, so I decided to just pull it out and grab 2 forks, a pizza cutter, some tongs, and some spoons. And I took the forks and jammed it in the tag, and it was not working, and I got mad, so I whipped it against the ground, and then I stomped on it, and then I grabbed a chair and I used that, and then I tried some spoons, and it still didn't work. So I laid down on the ground until I realized I could microwave it. So I put it in for almost 10 minutes, and it started smelling a little spicy. So I took it out and used the forks again, and I got it off! And we're out of time, but if you want to see me set it off, I'm gonna detonate it on my Instagram story. I was preparing my favorite salad made of lawn and croutons when all of a sudden I got a tweet notification on my Stan account dedicated to Aiden Gallagher. You know, the guy who does the... I threw out the salad and grabbed my laptop to see that the Aiden Gallagher was going on Omegle to talk to his fans. I felt so excited because there's no one more comforting and down-to-earth and vibrant than Mr. Loaf by Loaf. I needed to be prepared just in case I did actually get to talk to him, so I grabbed my keys, hopped in the car, and drove to the store. And I ordered some bread to please the Loaf King. As I was purchasing my loaf, I realized the joke is kind of dead, but maybe, just maybe, it'll be enough for him to notice me. I drove home, opened my computer, and hopped on Omegle. I saw a lot of very terrifying things that'll probably give me trauma for years. And I was just about to give up when... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're out of time, but if you want to see if I met the real-life loaf boy, the link to the YouTube video is in my bio. I was shooting tapioca balls for my boba tea at strangers on the street when I saw a weird light flash out of the corner of my eye. And I'm in an Airbnb, and I always hear about them having secret cameras to spy on people. So I started getting anxious, and I looked around to try and find the camera, and I peeked in the toaster oven, and I saw the flash to my right. So I looked through some decorative grass thinking it could be in there, but all I found was a cute little mini red croc keychain. So I put it on my backpack because it's kind of cute. And that's when across the street in the parkade, I saw a flash go off, and I realized it's the paparazzi. I can't go anywhere without them showing up.
Hey, yo, Ben of the Week. Is it true that you have 0 friends and no one likes you, and you smell like a waste processing facility?
Anyways, the made-up situation in my head made me cry myself to sleep in the bathtub, and when I woke up, I went into the kitchen to grab some seaweed for breakfast. When I remember that my camera is my security camera to watch me while I'm locked up in the loony bin, and I'm not in an Airbnb, I'm locked up. Hi, my name is Ben, and I've lost my grasp on reality. I was giving palm trees high fives because, like, our hands are palms and palm trees are palms. So what if every time we pass one, we're leaving it hanging because its palms are out and it's expecting a high five, and it gets sad and it drops all its coconuts and one falls on an elderly person? Anyways, I got home and saw that I had some weird goo on my hand from touching all the trees. And I couldn't wash it off or scrape it off, and like hand sanitizer wouldn't even dissolve it. And I was so confused what it was. And that's when I realized it's a squished ant. But it kind of smelled like Go-Go Squeeze applesauce, so I took a lick of it and...
Let me tell you, these spicy spicy, boys.
So now I was addicted to ants, and every single day after that moment, I would take a straw to the cracks of every sidewalk in my neighborhood, sucking up ants, and they are pure protein, so I became so strong. And I was so powerful, my muscles became so big. Next week, I'll be doing my first UFC fight. Wish me luck. I was inhaling Lucky Charms in my desolate room for breakfast when I realized it is time for a whole room makeover. But I didn't want any boring room. I wanted a complete Minecraft room makeover, baby. I didn't have any supplies or Minecraft merch, so I Ubered over to Target and I went to the home section and I got like a pillowcase, a blanket, a whole freaking comforter that's Minecraft themed. And then I paid for it. I went home and I prepared for the transformation. I took the old pillowcase off and slipped on my brand new Minecraft reversible pillowcase and hung up a Minecraft pickaxe above my bed so I can defend myself if someone robs my house. And even though it's foam and someone robbing me will probably have something not as soft as foam, it's still pretty cool. Anyways, I put the comforter on the bed and then I hung up a creeper blanket above my bed. But I was missing one final touch. I saw a TikTok a while ago of someone Minecraftifying their window. So I grabbed some tape and followed the pattern from the Minecraft window pane. And then boom! Minecraft windows, baby! Wait, we're out of time. But if you want to see everything I added and how it turned out, the link to the YouTube video is in my bio. Last week, I got this crazy opportunity to be Ellen DeGeneres' personal assistant. And I was so excited because I love Ellen. And she flew me out all the way to LA for it. And when I arrived, she told me to come upstairs to her bedroom. So I put down my luggage and I brought her a cup of coffee. I slowly opened the door and there she was. I shook her hand and gave her the coffee and she looked at me, breathing heavily. And I was like, wow, Ellen is so nice. And that's when she said, "You forgot your mask." I remembered I wasn't wearing one and I freaked out and reached into my pocket to grab mine. And when I looked up, Ellen said, "I never forget mine." And had her mask fashioned into a slingshot and catapulted an AirPod in my face, knocking me over. And then she told me, "I'm gonna eat you." And she began to chase me around with a Gucci shoe. And when she finally got a hold of me, she dragged me by my hair into her car and told me to sit there and watch over it. And if anyone even looks at her Mustang, then I need to arrest them. All the doors were locked and I started to lose hope when I remembered Pennywise the clown was scared of being not scary. And I know Ellen is scared of being not funny. So I chanted, "Unfunny, unfunny, Instantly, Ellen ceased to exist from the universe and I was free. I was standing in the burnt rubble where my house used to be because 2 weeks ago I blew up my little TikTok candle, but I didn't blow it out hard enough. And it was right next to a roll of paper towel. And I went into the bathroom, but I had a gut feeling it wasn't out. So I went back in and sure enough, I had to blow it out again. After that, I made a struggle meal out of the nasty cereal from the Lucky Charms and some Tic Tacs to really channel the flavor of my white heritage. And I took the pan off the burner, which was very close to a box of matches. And I was pouring it in a bowl as I was about to eat it when I realized I left the burner on. So I quickly ran over to the stove to turn it off and I went back to my food. But I can't eat unless I'm watching something. So I turned on She-Ra, but like my freaking laptop was about to die. So I plugged it into my extension cable that also has every other thing that was plugged into it. And I realized that's probably not safe. So I just plugged it into the wall. And while I was watching my show, I got distracted. So I posted on my story that astrology isn't real because I felt like starting drama. And instantly I had 37 curses placed on me. All the plates in my kitchen started floating and then I went outside and my house got smited by lightning. So if anyone has a really nice and comfy cardboard box that I can sleep in, let me know.
Hiya, here's your food.
Thanks, dude.
You didn't tip.
Oh, I only have $2.
Oh, you know what I have? Your address.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I can literally, like, take you out.
Wait, what?
Does your family live here?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, sweet. My uncle actually eats families.
Oh,
Crap, what kind of sauce do you want?
Oh, I didn't order any sauce.
Okay, well, will barbecue work when my uncle eats your family?
Oh, dude, I think you have a gas leak in your house.
Wait, like for real?
Yeah, can I go check it out for you?
Alright, yeah, for sure. Come on in.
Okay, sick.
Okay, so the kitchen's right here if you want to check it there. Well, like, are you able to find it?
Oh, I know exactly where it is.
Hey, I ordered vegan taquitos. Is there cheese in this?
Why, yes, there is.
I'm lactose intolerant.
And you're the gas leak.
I keep seeing "whop this, whop that," but I didn't know what it meant. So I texted my grandma and she said it stands for "we all pray." And I thought that's so wholesome. And there's a dance to it too. So I was learning the dance in my bedroom when I accidentally bonked my head on the floor and gave myself a nosebleed. And as I looked in the mirror, I realized I'm 11 from Stranger Things' older brother, 20. I tried testing out my powers and I made a Tic Tac levitate. And then I tried to lift the humongous weight on my shoulders of living with the world's #1 biggest, fattest, juiciest butt. Anyways, it didn't work. But now that I have powers, I teleported myself to the aquarium, specifically the frog section, and I used my powers to smuggle some frogs out of there. And my backpack was full of frogs, but the security guard caught me. And I didn't have enough money to bail myself out, so I started making merch from prison with the frog babies that were taken away from me. And now the merch is officially out. I designed it myself, and 30% of the proceeds are going to charity. So yeah, come bail me out of frog prison. We got phone cases. Hey, no phones in prison! Never mind. I was swinging on a jungle swing in the jungle, and I was enjoying myself when I saw a screw fall out of the top, and the rope snapped, and I tumbled down the mountain. When I woke up, I didn't know where I was, and there was like people sword fighting and squirrels fighting, and I tried running from the squirrels that were like everywhere, and I thought to myself, who is this many squirrels? And I looked into the distance and saw a chocolate factory, and then behind a tree emerged Willy Wonka himself. I waved at him, and he told me to eat this chocolate to be transported to a place where I can take all the candy I want. So I picked it up, put it in my mouth, and I fell asleep again. When I woke up this time, I was at a candy store, so I grabbed as much candy as I could. And when I was done, I walked out. But apparently it was a grocery store, and I just shoplifted all that candy, and Willy Wonka lied to me, and I ran away from the FBI that was chasing me, but they caught me and threw me in a jail cell. But it's okay, because I still have my fruit snacks and candy. Yeah. I was attempting to make a vanilla bean frappuccino, but I didn't have any vanilla, so it was just a bean frappuccino. And well, it didn't taste very good, and I couldn't afford a real one from Starbucks either, because I kind of jammed my credit card into the disc slot of my Xbox to try and pay for Fall Guys. But I never got my card back, so, anyways, it was 4 a.m. and Starbucks was closed, so I was gonna have to sneak in. So I drove over to the Halloween store and I found a disguise. And then I paid for it and left and met up with some Oompa Loompas trying to help me. But we went to get Subway first because we needed sustenance for the heist. Anyways, it was finally time and we arrived at the Starbucks and we're ready to bust in there. We arranged in perfect Oompa Loompa formation, but I decided I wanted boba instead. So we went and got boba and busted it down inside the boba place instead. Anyways, now I have this wig and I don't know what to do with it, and I tried blow drying it, but it's made of plastic, so toxic fumes came off and I accidentally breathed it in, and now I have 3 legs and I could run faster than a Tesla boy. I woke up this morning and checked the calendar and remembered, oh, it's my birthday. And then I checked the mail and no one sent me anything, and not even like a letter, and half my friends forgot to wish me happy birthday, but it's okay. There's no time for self-pity because I'm gonna get myself a present. So I grabbed my laptop and I went on Louis Vuitton's website and I looked for the most expensive thing that they have for sale. And it turns out they sell an artichoke looking chair for $103,000. So I added it to my cart and then it asked me to pay for it. So I typed in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and then 420 for the expiry date and 666 for the security code. And like a minute later, I got a confirmation email. And then right after that, the doorbell rang. So I ran downstairs and there was a bunch of boxes. And I started screaming because someone out there is going to get charged $100,000. So anyways, I'm not having a party because of COVID. So if you can think of any other way to celebrate, please let me know. Because for now, I'm just sitting in my artichoke chair, eating a mashed potato bowl and watching my mantis for hours on end. I was marking where I want my plastic surgeon to work on, so that I can look like Humpty Dumpty and someone will push me off a wall and put me on my misery. When in that moment, my doorbell rang in the middle of the night, so I ran downstairs and opened the door and saw there was a letter waiting for me. So I picked it up and I looked at it and it was inviting me to go to Vegas and get my face filled by someone named Dr. Phil. And I was like, is Alexa listening to me? Because how do they know I want that? And then I did the most logical thing and hopped in an Uber to the airport and got on a flight to Las Vegas. The lady next to me on the flight was dancing, but then she saw me recording her and it was really awkward. Anyways, I landed and I headed to the plastic surgeon's office. And I had to walk down this really dark hallway, and when I arrived, I let myself in. I was walking through the office looking for the plastic surgeon when out from behind a curtain emerged the Dr. Phil. He was breathing really heavily and I asked him if he was a real doctor, and then he looked angered. And then he started chasing me! And I ran as fast as I could, jumping over furniture to escape him because I didn't want Dr. Phil to fill my face. Ah! Today I went to the Lego store because I have the mental capacity of a toddler and I still enjoy building Lego sets, yup. But anyways, I went to the Minecraft Lego section and I picked up a box and the cashier gave me my Lego bag and I left the store and went home and I spent 5 hours building it because I have literally nothing else to do because the world is ending. So I build Lego to cope with that psychologically. Also look, it's a Lego Minecraft furnace. Ah! Anyways, it was finally done and I wanted to put it down, but my table was covered in Red Bull cans and plates for my depression meals. So I put the Lego on the ground and I went upstairs to get another Red Bull for my fridge, but as I was walking back barefoot, boom! I felt the worst pain in my life. And I looked down to see I stepped on the Lego, and not just one block, the entire set. I fell to the ground in agony, and I let out a scream. Thankfully, my dog ran over to check if I was okay, and I told her to go get help, but she just started pooping on the carpet, and I thought this was it for me. So I wrote my will and declared that when I pass, I'm leaving my TikTok account and a half-used Starbucks gift card to, my dog. How to see if your crush likes you back in 3 steps. Step 1. Fake your death by opening Photoshop and make a death certificate and then send it to Instagram. Then they will think you have passed and will make your account a memorial account. Step 2. Now that people think you have passed, you have to go into hiding while you wait for people's reactions. The best way to do this is live in a dumpster behind Taco Bell and feed off the food scraps. Step 3. Check the comments on your recent post 48 hours later. By now, your crush will have commented their true feelings. Honestly, Benjamin, you were the most obnoxious person I ever met, and you said I look like a swamp toad, and I hope you burn in the pits of hell. Make sure to follow for more life hacks.
That is not tea. No.
What the flavor this one?
It's not a flavor.
He's not so nice. The fat poo I told you about.
I was simply vibing in an abandoned airport. Because if you've seen the news recently, that millionaire YouTuber Jeffree Star got robbed. And I was actually one of the culprits. I went to his house and I opened up his dresser and found some Gucci shoes and a Dior bag, and I grabbed as much cash as I could and I dipped. And as I was in the elevator escaping from the 5th floor of his house, I realized I'm a millionaire. I should go shopping. So I went looking for the Gucci store, but everything was closed because of COVID. So I went home, opened up my laptop to do some online shopping, and saw that the abandoned airport near me is for sale. So I bought it for $420 million. And when I got there, it was completely empty. I was running around exploring the empty food court and pretending I was airport security, and then I did a little dance because I was enjoying myself. When I decided to take a flight to Rwanda, which is the furthest possible country from America. But while I was flying, I noticed that Jeffree Star was on the wing, and he was sabotaging the plane, trying to get revenge on me. And then the lights went out and there was a bunch of turbulence.